Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's
Man,
going on, man? Hold on, man.
Damn.
I ain't gonna even get started. Welcome to the SimpFree podcast.
What up, good
You
people?
know what I mean? It's hump day evening. It's April 1st, Fool's Day, whatever you want to call it, man. It's that COVID pandemic situation out here. How y'all doing tonight, man? I'm that boy B Mason.
Hey, it's that boy Wizz in the building. Y'all see us social distancing type of shit, right? You know what I mean? We good. We right here. You know what I mean? We here with it. But yeah, we here on this COVID Wednesday, you know, quarantining, you know, feeling good.
Bro.
Had a little delay, but we here, you know. We hope everybody out there making it. We talking about this shit in January on the humbug, right? Just flew by this topic. I did not think we was going to be here.
See, you don't have your earpiece in. You sound echoey in the motherfucker right now.
I sound echoey, everybody.
Somebody tell me something.
Tell the people, let them know. Am I echoey?
Sound like you got an effect on this shit, right?
Oh, shit. I mean, he got something turned on. He ain't supposed to.
Nah, you did it to yourself, man.
Go to the top. I bet the mic ain't red.
Oh, I bet it is.
Look, watch this. Let's do this live. Look. See? I caught him slipping.
Still sound the same. Put your earpiece in. You sound the same.
I caught him slipping, y'all. We here, though. But no, we here on this quarantine type of shit, man. I had no idea we was going to be here. I'm good. I sound, wait, no. I do sound echoey, don't I?
Uh-huh.
See? Y'all beat him fuck with my mic. You see he don't want me to be great?
Don't blame it on me.
He don't want me to be great tonight. It's all good, but
I want you to be great.
We here, though, man. How y'all handling this quarantine type of shit, man?
There's too much going on. Something ain't right, man. But anyway, I'm happy to be here.
Something ain't right.
What you got, man? What you talking about?
We took a week off and look what happened. We all discombobulated and shit. You see? Do you see how shit go? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
How y'all handling this
Thank
quarantine
you, Miss
shit,
Williams.
man? For real. What's up, good people? Terry Williams, Black Sniper. Hey, you already know. Hey, we corona free around this motherfucker. That Rona ain't trying to penetrate this motherfucker. Hopefully,
ain't had
you feel me? I can't believe we here though, man. I mean, come on, man. Everything shut down. This shit crazy.
Hold on, G.
I can't believe it. Hold on. What happened?
I don't know what's going on with your mic, dude. It sounds weird. You can keep talking though.
Okay, yeah, it was just
I
good.
know you can do that.
Our mic was good. Like, we tested this out and everything. Hey,
that's what I'm
saying. There's all type of crazy shit going on. It did not sound like this at first.
Hold on, G. So you don't think I cut you off?
Yeah.
Try it again.
Yeah. What it sound like?
I sound the same.
What the fuck?
Fuck it, man. I don't know. Can anybody tell us if it sounds like a... Hey, Ashley. Can anybody tell us if it sounds like a... Thank you for joining. If it's echoey on G's end, do G sound like he got an echo?
Nah, you sound like you got an echo too.
Nah, I don't though. I don't
know. This is some crazy shit.
Ashley said it sounds fine.
All right, bet. We good. All right, so this is episode 47, but I do hear that damn echo, so let me take this.
Yeah, that's coming out of there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so episode 47. We about to get into it in a minute. You know, we always do our random goofy shit at first. We just gonna talk about some normal shit, random shit, whatever we bring up. You feel me?
What's up, man? Hold on. Before you get to all that, bro, you been teening?
I've been teening.
I know everybody got a teen. Who been teening out there, dog?
Had to. You ain't got no choice now, man.
That teen is official out here.
We're risking our teen doing the show, but that's how we fuck with the people, though. We fuck with everybody that fuck with us.
Man, I got your big ass. You over there.
Hey, we got our distance. Hey, I told you, I did not. Hey, man, I've been good, though. Shout out to the people that can work from the crib. You know?
Yeah, that's a blessing.
That's a blessing, man.
Godspeed to all the people who lost some of their employment and they're not making a living right now.
Yeah.
I know unemployment is hard to get through and things like that, man. There's all kind of stuff going on. So
this shit tough as hell. People out here on their knuckles. Some people.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that we on our knuckles and it's not our own fault because we wake up on time and get to work and go to work every day and abide by the rules so we can keep our job. And then something happens to where we can't keep our job, and it's a lot of people who's also lost the support for something that's out of control. You know what I mean? Out of their control.
But let's think about it.
It's unfortunate.
All you need is a little paper for some food.
No.
Because they ain't shutting shit off. They're not going to shut shit off right now.
But you got to think, G.
If your mortgage late, your rent late, they ain't about to cut that shit off. You good.
They might not cut you off, bro, but they going to want their back pay.
But you have time to catch that money.
How? When you ain't been working.
You ain't heard about all these stimulus packages.
You mean to tell me you ain't getting no bread now, right? You ain't getting no bread now, and then when you do get some bread, all of it is already gone for the next 3, 4, 6 months?
Shit, there's some people that's been married but separate, ain't got no divorce, but they about to get $2,400. They're going to stay together. This COVID is going to bring them together. COVID is bringing people together. A lot of people, now you got to get used to being at the crib. You know, you might got to be around the person longer than you used to.
Yeah.
So it might have you going the other way, because now you got to touch on that gray area. Well, shit that was easy to avoid when you was able to go to work, have distractions. Now that that's gone, it's interesting. A lot of people, you actually got to spend time, you know, making up shit. Like, you got to really spend quality time.
I get that. But on top of that, though.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, because you're still going to be behind no matter what you say. People going to start off behind when they go back to work. Period.
I feel it.
You know what I mean? You're going to start off in a hole. One you probably just worked your way out of. You know what I mean? Some people ain't never been in before. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna presume. But on top of that, then you got the stimulus package if that happens when it happens. You know, I'm sure we'll all see when it happens.
We've been hearing about that for about 2-3 weeks now, ain't we?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not. You know what I mean?
Ain't got shit on it.
But you know, you ain't depend on the government for your money yet, for real. I depend on them to take their taxes like they do.
Here's the crazy part, though. This shows we depend on them for everything now.
Well, when it comes to certain things, you're right.
They can snap a finger and look.
And shut shit down. You're right.
Cities is bare, bro. Look how fast they can shut shit down. So this is the shit I'm talking about. Like when they tell you to vote and all that shit is cool. And you feel like you got some rights until shit like this happens.
Until shit like this happens, you got no power.
And you telling you what you should and
you hold no rank.
All that bullshit you was talking about before, that shit out the window. We all is abiding by you got to abide by the rules. They not playing.
And the stimulus package, that if it does come, it will help. But by the time we get there, people are already 3, 4, 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in unemployment, not being employed, not collecting unemployment or whatever resources haven't come in yet. Because of the mass of people rushing to everything is backed up.
Do the stimulus package scare you?
It kind of does.
Because at the same time, they're getting you used to hunkering down. Like, you're going to be here for a minute.
But at the same time, I don't know. I never thought about it like that. At the same time, your government should be doing those things for you because you pay your taxes daily. You know what I mean? When you work for the working class or however you get it, people pay their taxes. So a government should be able to pool together and help people in a time of need. But I'm saying it's going to help a little bit, bro, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, but here's the interesting part. We in Michigan, so
I'm thankful for every little bit we can get, of course.
Absolutely.
And I know people will be, and I'm not saying y'all, it's us too. Everybody's affected by the shit.
But we in the Midland state, though, and here we got a lockdown, and it's supposed to be April 12th? 13th, everything's supposed
that's going to be extended, bro.
So if it really was, that's only like 2 more weeks away. If it really was that crucial, and they're giving this one-time payment, it's not going to be an issue, right? I think they're gearing this shit up because it's going to be a minute, unfortunately. I hope not. I hope we all go back April 13th or whenever.
That'd be great.
This shit is crazy, though, like, because it's like the left hand, it's like, here it is. Like, the crazy shit is the COVID, right? Everybody, like,
the crazy shit is the COVID.
The shit's scary. Nigga, everybody crazy. And the RIP and blessings to everybody that has lost anybody dealing with this shit.
Yeah, this shit is obviously real.
You know what I mean? It ain't as big as some other sicknesses, but at the same time, if you lose one person and that person is somebody you know or yourself, then it's big. So everybody that's lost somebody or knows somebody that's, afflicted with this shit, salute to y'all. We sending our blessings. For real, from the SimpFree podcast, because the shit is serious.
And I gotta say this, due to all the information and the misinformation and the disinformation that is out there on these social platforms, man, please, I would say like this, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So take the proper precautions. I ain't saying go crazy, but I recommend people take the proper precautions in case this shit is exactly what they're saying it is. All the people who saying it ain't this and it ain't that, I get that. I don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know for sure. But a lot of people going to find out, unfortunately. So I would say take the proper precautions and just be prepared and do your part, as in trying not to contract the shit or spread it. You know what I'm saying? And if we do that, then hopefully this shit will blow over. The sunshine.
But don't just open your eyes, though, to let you know, like, so when the Americans say they don't have no money and they broke, that's some bullshit. If shit go down, they can come up with some money. Because this stimulus package is coming crazy. And rightfully so. Everybody deserves it. Everybody that's affected by this shit with their business deserves payment. But so all that shit is out the window, talking about they ain't got money and they in debt. Nobody want to hear that shit no more. When shit go down and they really need it, they come up with money. You feel me?
And
so when you asking for whatever, I don't give a damn.
In the crisis
related, or it's some damn reparations. Y'all motherfuckers got some paper. Y'all can come up off it when y'all want to. You know what I mean?
I don't know what's
Straight
going on, but I'm not taking it lightly for real. I'm not joking with the shit, and I suggest other people do the same. Take it serious.
But you know what?
Shit could be for real.
You know what? But it's like human nature though. You don't really take shit serious until it hit home.
It's unfortunate people
until you like, cause I thought it's
like,
been out here, and I've been like, I don't know about this shit. It really ain't like it is. I still don't think that, but. Now that I've known people that have been hurt by this shit.
Okay, so that's the thing.
That makes it more real though. That's
the question you ask somebody, like, you know somebody got it?
Yeah.
They be like, nah. They be like, it ain't hit home for you until you know somebody.
Like, oh shit, I know
or
somebody.
know somebody who knows somebody.
And not only do you know them, but you know what I mean, been afflicted by it, like lost some people.
That especially.
Salute to you, man, for real. Like, that shit crazy.
So
like, I didn't think we was going to get here, and here we are on this Wednesday. You know, this COVID-19, man. Just be safe, yo. You feel me? And here's the interesting part, though.
That curfew.
What about this curfew shit and the fact that they have everybody off of the streets like they want? Do you think that's the plan? That's what it takes, a pandemic shit like this about a virus that to scare everybody. This is what it takes. Like you say, don't nobody take shit serious. You hard-headed. But now that you see people dying or you see people that you know got it, that shit make you feel like, oh shit. So now you actually staying off the street, which means they can implement whatever system they got planned to put in. Like, and I don't know what that is. I have no fucking clue. But I don't know. It just seemed like you're saying, left is the COVID. And then behind that is all the shit that they really want to do. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure something.
But I don't know. I feel something's coming. I think we just on the tip of this motherfucker.
Like I said, man, we've talked ideas back and forth in regards to theory or whatever you want to call it. But I'm feeling like whatever it is going on, man, it's definitely strategic for sure. But I don't know, man. I can't put a finger on it. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but something is happening, and that's the whole thing. And I don't think it was intended to go on for long periods of time because it's fucking up the economy. And one thing we all know that America loves more than anything is money. And with all of these small businesses, which make up about 75% of the businesses in the country, being shut down or being limited or pigeonholed, you know what I mean? No indoor dining, no extra purchases, no tips, you know what I mean? All that shit gets shut out. Yeah. The economy is suffering. But that's not why I don't know why America will want their economy to fall.
That's what I'm saying. What is the agenda behind this shit? Because how do we know that there's going to be a cap on this shit? Because they say it's a couple weeks, but what if that couple weeks turn into 2 more months? That 2 more months turn into 3 more. You know what I mean? Like, how do we know when the shit is, when it's going to end and when it's not? That's the scary part to me. Because they're telling you one thing, but at the same time, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So that's why everybody just be careful. Keep your head on the swivel. And when they tell you to do this shit, they mean it. Obviously.
That's obvious, yeah. Yo, Miss Williams, she says, Terry says, they want us to stay off the streets, but what about the homeless? That's a great question.
The homeless can't, what they gonna do, put them in a concentration camp? What can you do with them? They ain't got nowhere to go.
I think they're trying to keep them separate. Like, just keep them spaced out.
But aren't they quarantined anyway? When you see a homeless motherfucker, you run away from them anyway.
That's unfortunate.
You treat them motherfuckers like they got the plague anyway. Majority of people do. I work downtown, so I see a lot of people that be, homeless or begging. And I entertain them for a little bit. I give them a little change. So
how about now? Would you entertain them now?
I still do. But okay. I'm not working downtown no more, so I'm all good. But, I don't know what they're going to do. That's a great question. What are they going to, what can you do with people that are homeless?
What if a homeless dude just took off his glove, the one with the fingers out, and just smacked you with it and challenged you to a duel and then it's COVID?
Oh no, that's a death blow. That's a death blow. I think my body would go in shock from the sheer threat of germs it didn't hit my circumference.
Yeah, just
I wouldn't even be able to think about nothing else. But this motherfucker didn't touch my
all
skin.
In your mouth and everything.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, that'll throw me all the way the fuck off.
But you'd be so thrown off, he'll probably beat your ass.
And another thing is, was interested. Hey, B, I can't even think about that shit. Touching my bare skin. Oh God, that'll be the end. That'll be worse than anything. My bare skin being touched by hands that have been plentiful places that you don't want. Oh God, that's a nightmare. I'm gonna have nightmares thinking about being touched by bare hands of a stranger. A bum at that. Hey, salute to everybody that's out there struggling. But hey, I can't.
How you gonna salute him?
I can't think of that.
You ain't give him a high five.
That's
man.
a motherfucking nightmare. I can't even think of my bare skin being touched by none of that.
Go ahead,
shit.
man. Move
so
on.
hey, I want to salute KT the Arch Degree. He made cause you know they always talking about this 5G technology, 5G, and I hear about the shit, but I'm like, what the fuck does it mean? Serious. But I mean, like, what does it mean? And I think he broke it down in the layman's terms, if that's a word, layman's, like very simple.
We'll take that.
And he said the frequency on the 5G is similar to oxygen, the frequency on it. So that's why it's so dangerous, and it can cause what they say hypoxia, which can almost like suffocate you. That's what I learned. So that is where the 5G technology is, you know, causing the problem. Because I'm sure a lot of people have heard about that shit. And I think he's done the best job breaking it down. KT
so
the
that's
Arch
why
Degree.
that tree was dying. It was
it's taking the oxygen out your cells. And that's why you see people passing out. Which makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of them videos you saw, is people, they was walking and falling out. And you thought that was like because of the virus. But it turns out that place where allegedly the shit started in Wuhan, they have like the most fucking towers for 5G. So this shit is already causing a problem, allegedly. You know what I mean? So that's where the shit is interesting. It's fucking with the oxygen levels. And the shit can be seriously dangerous. But they were saying like that maybe that's a reason why they want people off the streets to put these towers in that they know people wouldn't willingly want in their community. So I just wanted to put that out there because I was hearing about this 5G shit. I'm like, well, what's the difference? Like, so what? It's just higher technology. Everything's supposed to be faster. It's supposed to make everything better. But the shit can cause health problems, though, for real. That's what we hearing. You know what I mean?
Wow. I didn't know that's how it did it, the hypoxia type shit.
Yeah, I had never heard of hypoxia. Hey, none of this shit. This shit crazy,
you check your facts on that?
I did. I had to look it up.
All right.
Hey, I looked it up.
Wow. G dropping some real knowledge this time. I appreciate that.
I always drop knowledge. What this nigga talk about,
some real shit this time.
So, I mean, but hey, at the same time, it's giving you a lot of time to reflect on yourself, though. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
I'm a homebody anyway, so like this quarantine, the only thing that's affecting me is I hate not being able to get lined up. I love going to the barber, getting my shit lined up, and sports. Other than that, I'm cool on everything else. Like I'm making it through all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
But now, if that paper ain't coming through, that's a whole nother story.
That's when you.
That's what I feel for everybody when that paper ain't coming through.
You just can't sit in the crib and not get no money, man.
But what can you do though? What's a good thing to do if everybody quarantine? Like, what can you do? It's really nothing to do. You can't go nowhere.
Oh, man.
I think so. Shit, that's the only thing you can do is get some food and fucking
sit the fuck down somewhere.
You know, thug it out. Like they can't cut your shit off. They ain't cutting your shit off right now.
Damn, they ain't gonna cut it off, G.
Man, you go right to the news on their ass.
But even if you
this pandemic, they shut my shit off.
Will I be
able to? They don't want that. They don't want that.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is what I want to know. Will they be offering any credits or any tax breaks for the, like mortgage companies and housing companies and leasing places and shit like that, where people like got their rent in their house and their apartments and all that shit? Will they, these months that this pandemic is happening during quarantine, where they have to, by law, have to be in the house, supposedly?
Yeah.
After this shit is all said and done, do people pick up where they left off?
You damn right.
Or do they still have to cover that
shit
gap?
Is not rent.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The extra stimulus.
That's the shit that got me, man.
No, the stimulus money that they supposed to have that might be extra. It might help pay for that. But that bill, it just stopped in the moment. Like
okay,
it's frozen
so
in time.
Everything froze.
It's frozen in time.
Just
and then,
freeze it.
Once this shit kick back in, you still owe that goddamn.
So
paper.
the water company, the trash company, the motherfucking the electric company. What about the internet, nigga? AT&T will probably chop your shit right now.
They can't.
You sure?
You need the information.
Oh, you need access to the info. Okay, all right.
You need access right now.
That's how they justify that.
Even though your bill is 3 months late. You need access.
Oh, shit. 3?
You just hit that threshold.
You don't want internet your shit 3 months late. You trying to get rid of it.
What's the creative shit you coming up with in this COVID shit? Anything creative? Or are you doing anything different? Because there's only so much TV and bullshit you can watch.
I'm cleaning up a lot. I'm just keeping the house as clean as fucking possible. You know, like during the day when the boys throw shit around and I'm moving in and out. You know, I don't keep it as tidy. But now that I'm in this motherfucker, I'm like, hold on, man. Yeah.
I salute the wife for that because I ain't cleaning up shit. I still don't feel like doing that. I don't know if y'all feel like me. They ain't gave me the urge to clean shit. I'm just chilling.
That's because you lazy.
God damn it. Fuck that cleaning shit.
You a cook, though.
I cook.
Yeah, you get your big ass up and cook.
I cook and do the dishes, but other than that, I ain't fucking with
it. Oh, that boy say he cook and do the dishes.
Yeah, I do that shit too.
Oh, man.
I can handle that. Take the trash out, all that type of shit. all that cleaning and all that other shit.
Taking care of home.
I may even vacuum a little bit, but that's about the extent of it.
You hit the no, you don't.
I hit the vacuum.
You don't plug the boy.
I fuck with the vacuum.
You plug it in.
Yeah, I fuck with
okay
it.
then. Look at G growing up out here.
Y'all already know. So I want to ask you a question before we get into the topic. How did you feel your partner makes a decision that can affect the household without consulting you first?
No.
How would you handle that? What should people do in that situation? Do you take that as a sign of disrespect?
No.
Or do you handle it with kid gloves and walk them through it?
Now, see,
or do you just jump stupid?
We got some levels here. Are we talking?
Ain't that interesting?
Is this a first time offense? Are we habitual?
Let's go first time.
First time offense is a simple conversation, which is something that should have been discussed anyway. Because if it had been discussed, the chances of somebody going to do that shit anyway would be like likely to none, right? If you talked about it and came to an agreement that we should, you say, make this purchase or sign this agreement without each other's consent. Yeah, if you had the conversation,
something that can affect the household.
Yes, yeah.
Not like a little, not like some little bullshit.
Like, do you have an example of what might we be talking about?
Bought a new whip. When y'all had no discussions on buying a new whip, and didn't have no paper already.
You just pull up.
Just pull up with a new whip.
Like on the new lease or new finance.
Just pulled up with it and said, "This is for us."
Can we afford this?
Not really.
Oh no, yeah, you didn't talk to me about it. Yeah, it's gonna be a situation.
Do you think that would strain the relationship from there on?
I mean,
you think that's a problem? Is that a major problem?
That's a big problem. Yeah, that's a problem because for someone that had a lack of decency to have that conversation with their spouse that they're, all money in with, that's a conversation you have to have. You know what I'm saying?
That mean they don't fuck with you,
That's a major purchase.
It's you kind of feel like they don't fuck with you like that, right?
You would feel. I would feel some type of way. I would feel like
to put a strain, like, wow, you gonna do some shit like this?
You just doing what the fuck you want to do. Like you just doing what you want to do.
You know what I mean? But you supposed to take that one though. You supposed to get over it.
You're gonna have to. That one, you can get over that.
I don't know. Can you?
You can.
That shit might be for some people. It's just the principle.
It's always principle.
You know what I mean?
But you got to pick your battles too. And then, of course, you got to find out where they was coming from with the shit. I think that is the biggest thing is what angle was they on?
Yeah,
they was coming at you like, no, fuck you, I can do what I want. Were they coming at you like, hey, we really need this for the fam? Or, hey, I did something, I took responsibility. You know what I mean? I took charge on this one. You got to find out. Or
it could be something as simple as charging the card up. Like way more than the discussed amount. You know what I mean? If y'all got a card y'all split or some shit like that, which you shouldn't have anyway, so that's kind of your fault.
That could be heavy too.
But if y'all do the family thing and they run the card up without telling you, is that let me test the limits or is it fuck them?
Well, the limits, I mean, just running the card up, the limits been tested way before that.
Okay, you warned. They've done this. They've done some shit on a smaller scale.
Now we talking habitual.
They've done some shit on a smaller scale, but then this time it really affected. That might have been some shit that just kind of affected them, but you still had to help them. But this shit affect both of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, now we're talking.
They only get one chance, or do they get multiple?
Of course, they're gonna get multiple chances, man.
Ain't that the fucked up part?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just nip it in the bud right there? But we never do.
Cause nobody's perfect. You can't just throw somebody away off the first fuck up, man.
But in that, what
if every time you fucked up, you got thrown away?
But see, because there's different levels of fuck up. Because that right there is kind of a, you know what I mean? Fuck what you talk about. I really don't give a damn.
Right.
What you think about this? I'm gonna do it anyway.
But can this come into play with some of that toxicity that you was talking about a few episodes back?
It do.
Okay then, so then that something like this can be forgiven if you're gonna ride that ride. Now, will it end?
But that's the thing though. After that first one, it's cool, but you gotta nip it in the bud though at the same time.
You gotta stop it right there.
You gotta learn because that toxic shit is what make you, that makes you whole.
But if it's been
That's what brings you together, that bullshit, the crazy shit.
What if it's been a bunch of small grabs over time, like just big bags and shoes and shit or whatever?
A lot of people do that. A lot of people going through that.
You know what I'm saying? Like just dining, all that shit, just blowing through the credit limit.
I think that's why you got to separate shit. Y'all have a joint one, and then y'all have your own separate shit.
Yeah.
So everything that you purchase, it better be on your separate shit. You know what I mean?
But
the shit that can directly affect your ass.
But then you got motherfuckers that will still have their separate shit and go in the joint shit to spend the money that they don't want to spend out of their shit.
Well, then that's a direct violation. That's a direct message that your shit about to end. Your shit is on the decline.
Expiration date is near.
Yeah, your decline is coming.
Okay.
Because that is a blatant fuck them.
You might not be up for renewal at that point.
Yeah, but the ill part about it is you would do the shit, but you would want that forgiveness. You know what I mean? As men, we'll be stubborn enough to be like, try to want them to chalk that one up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we don't want that same thing though, because I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, that's just so disrespectful.
I mean, some shit like
that. To make a big purchase though, some shit that's really gonna affect us.
I never, and I gotta be frank, not Sinatra, man, that I never really been in a situation where I was with someone and me
neither.
Were
Thank
going
God.
50-50 on things and they were just blowing through if anything, it was me fucking up the money. You know what I'm saying? In my younger days.
You was fucking up the chicken?
Oh man, I used to fuck the chicken up. Yeah, man.
Y'all was out there fucking up that chicken or what?
I'm sure I wasn't the only one.
Can you come back from that? I was kind of reckless, yeah, but at the same time,
I know
it only affected me though. I ain't never fuck up no money that was for us together.
Right.
Right. I made sure at least the bills and my responsibility was paid.
But in a sense that all your money and all their money is your money together. Yeah,
but you can still separate it though. That's what.
If you have that agreement,
you
of course.
To.
Yeah,
you got to.
Might be some secret separations going on if you don't have that agreement.
You got to have
that stay.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That joint count shit is cool for a little bit.
But that shit get played.
But it need to be like for a specific reason. Y'all got y'all joint where that need to be savings where y'all just don't touch that one.
Okay, that's what that needs to be.
Your own
the joint account need to be a savings account.
Yeah, because I'm not about to be being nitpicked over a purchase. You want to be driving crazy?
I think we discussed this.
Nah, man.
What about if the purchase is like right at a certain amount? You make an agreement to say, hey, you don't if you make a purchase more than say $100, then just consult.
If a person is that petty and they own you about some shit like that, they don't like your ass.
But you're budgeting
anyway.
though. You
know what I mean?
You budgeting.
If you
spend all $1 through $99, you fine. But if you spend over $100,
so then that's a violation. It's a violation though. Yeah, if that's y'all agreement.
Yes, that's my point. So if you got something like that going on, I can see that shit.
But a lot of people step over that boundary.
Having your separate account.
They step over the boundary and they just gonna get it anyway and say fuck it. Now what? Then you love them. You know what I mean? You say, you ain't just gonna leave them off top.
Then who you dealing with then?
But ain't that a sign though? And that's what I'm talking about. People just miss them signs. You know what I mean?
At that point, man.
They miss them goddamn signs. They just blow right by them. They let this shit fester and they let this shit fester, and before they know it, now y'all in turmoil. Now y'all ready to divorce.
Fester and fester.
Yeah, but the goddamn Rona ain't gonna let you. Now y'all ass got to stay together, goddamn.
Yeah, the coat ain't open.
Cause that damn
you can't walk in the coat.
Yeah, you was about to leave, but the stimulus
you can't walk in the coat.
That stimulus is here and it's coming.
Courthouse is closed.
Goddamn it. So we all good. Hey, I want to give before we get into the topic, I want to give a salute. I didn't know this, and it warms my heart because this comes from the city. You know that 313 Detroit. If you don't know, you know what I mean. I want to salute to WGPR-TV. I never known that was the first black-owned TV station in the U.S. WGPR-TV, and that was in Detroit. They started off in Detroit, it stands for Where God's Presence Radiates.
Oh, okay.
And so it was locally on. That's Detroit. I didn't know Channel 62. You know what I mean?
Where'd you get this info from, man?
I want to salute. I'm glad you asked that question. The Black Detour. Salute to the Black Detour. They always have great content. Support them. You can donate to their shit, and that's how they keep shit rolling. There's great stories like this, and it popped up, and it made sense. I'm like, I can salute some shit like that, especially coming from the home team. You know what I mean?
Long as it's
Detroit,
D, huh?
You feel me? And my man, his name is William Venoid Banks. You know what I mean? And he targeted a black audience, and that's when the time was booming. The car industry was crazy.
Yeah.
He started it. When did this shit start? It first aired September 29th, 1975. You feel me? And the funny part about it is the shit that they aired, BET stole their shit. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. There was BET before BET. But we didn't know that though. When it's some local shit, you don't really take it like as a big. BET came as a network type of deal. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you kind of think that has more praise or more, it comes with more weight. But they really just swallowed these motherfuckers up, took their blueprint.
Well, yeah, man,
and they wasn't big enough to swim.
It's always somebody who does it first, and then somebody just jumps on their back and take it to the next level.
So I thought this was a great story. So I want to salute my man William Venoid Banks, man.
William Venoid.
Yeah, the first motherfucking black-owned TV station in the U.S., man. That shit hard, and it lasted till 1995.
Okay, so they didn't get to see the COVID then.
Hey, and they had this shit. Hey, Detroit people, y'all know this shit called The Scene. You ever heard of The Scene? It was called The New Dance Show. It was like fucking Soul Train before, you know what I mean? Wow. And they had this Count Dracula, this motherfucker had the count on. He had this shit all dialed up and shit, but it was like a dance show. You know what I mean?
Have some footage of that shit.
Yeah, like you can pull that shit up. The Scene. Pull up the New Dance Show on YouTube, and that shit gonna pop up.
You say the New Dance Show?
The New Dance Show, yeah.
That's gonna pull up all kind of extra shit.
It was on The Scene in Detroit, and it was called The New Dance Show, and this shit was on Channel 62. So I thought that was interesting, but they got swallowed up by bigger corporations because they said like the black community couldn't, keep it afloat. Because people wasn't going to it if they thought it was a black station. So
of course
they got swallowed up, and competition took them over. So here we are. But that's salute. I didn't know that came from home. Right? That shit came from hometown though. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of that. So I like to salute, just random type of shit. Anybody that's doing something, little known facts, I love that type of shit. And before we get started, I also want to, this is a sponsor right here. Get it in there,
man.
You feel,
there
look
you
at that.
Go.
That's that 8 ounce.
Turn that Tony
We
around.
always talk about that Tony Rain right there, that body cream. This shit, official. I'm not playing. Listen, I'm telling you. No cap, dead ass. Like
before every show, I gotta, get my glizzy up. You feel me?
Multi-uses body cream. Go to TonyRain.com. TonyRain.com, please. And also support the book. And also got a book. Look at there. Can y'all see that?
She's just got all kind of shit going on.
Isn't it wonderful?
Per usual.
Yeah.
She's good though.
I was supposed to be nothing. And then lastly, our folk, of course. Look at that. Look at that. That's powerful.
And then People Cider. PCC.
Yeah, PCC, man. People Cider Company.
Man, I want to taste that shit so bad, bro.
Yeah, it's great cider. If y'all in West Michigan, fuck with it. And if you're online, go to Tony Rain, man. Straight up. So we're going to talk about it, man. Episode 47. We're about to get into it.
Check it out, man. Episode 47.
Yeah, we here.
Is the term.
I mean? Yeah.
There's not enough good men being overused by women.
I think so, man.
Now, this thing, it was brought to my attention that this may need to be on a multi-perspective facet because the term goes both ways. There also may not be, even though in my opinion that the world is more popular, not in my opinion, but there's more women on the planet, right? So typically there would be, if anything, more bad women than good, right? You know what I mean? We should be saying why there are not enough good women. You would think.
That never comes up.
And that's the thing. Like you never, and that's why we brought this up because you never hear men saying there's not enough good women out here. Now niggas complain, you know what I mean, and have the things they say and the things they like and they don't like. You choosy, you feel me? But you never hear a group of men get together and say, man, there ain't enough good women out here. Actually, when you get in a group of men, they talk about how good the women they have are. Nobody talks about a slouchy woman. You know what I mean? Like, they don't go in the cipher of men and be talking about the worst woman they ever had. They talk about, they brag a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah.
Their prize or whatever.
Do you think it's because as men, we do a great job of taking it day by day? We don't project future when we meet somebody.
That is something
I think we've mastered that. We don't get enough credit for that.
Be understood.
We've mastered it's going to be day by day.
That is the most misunderstood thing.
I'm not thinking about marriage. I'm not thinking about...
Not right now, not today.
Yeah, we just met. I want to enjoy the time we have together right now. I think we do the best job at that. And women, salute to them.
Already,
because that means they see that in you. They've evaluated the situation and they see some qualities in you to let you know you can do that.
Yeah, but hold on.
You might not be there. You just might not be there yet. You ain't ready to do it.
Hold on. Ashley said that to make your body feel smooth as butter. She talk about Tony Rain's butter. Yes.
Don't it? Oh, it does.
Don't it do it?
Great.
Won't it do it?
Glide on you.
Yeah.
Yes, for real.
So, but I say that there's more women, and even with that being said, the odds of it being not enough good women is higher, right? Because there's more of them, and then men don't even say that shit to begin with. So this is a term that we 95% of the time here come from women. So. Is it being overused?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's a falsity.
And
I think there's a ton of good men, and there's a ton of good women
I believe so.
that will meet when the time is right. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's life path is built to have challenges. And I don't understand how people don't really grasp that more.
Somebody
like,
help us out
everybody wants
here.
that fairy tale shit, which is, I think that's the problem.
But right there, that's the thing.
Fairy tales is
I
bullshit.
think a lot of it, and don't get me wrong, there's some horrible men out here, and I'm sure a lot of you have met them.
Yeah.
You know
It's
them.
some ain't shit
It's
dudes,
some
for real.
ain't shit cats out here. You know what I mean?
Ain't worth a damn. Yep.
And I'm sure we all been ain't shit at one point in our lives too. I can't say I ain't been
Your
shit
intentions
at one point.
might not have been the best.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right. So with that being said, I think it comes with the expectation of the derivative in the head.
You hit us with derivative?
I hit you with derivative.
Okay, then.
Because someone has you've derived a fantasy, and I've said this before. And I don't want to say fantasy because people take that as if it's an imaginary place or something that will never happen.
For some people, it is imaginary.
Yeah, for some, but
they ain't never
for the
see it.
for the lack of better words, I don't want to say fantasy, but let me say the idea or the ideal expectation that you have for your ideal relationship, you impose on someone who naturally doesn't fit that ideal image, right? And that shit causes a clash. I think people, and then men do the same thing. But I think the problem is people don't think there's enough good at this, enough good at that. Motherfuckers don't give people enough time to want to be good to you.
Yeah, and you don't embrace the fuck ups like we always talk about. You take the fuck ups as such a negative. It'll throw you off your path and think you're doing something wrong when no, you're doing something right.
What do you mean?
When you meet somebody and you giving it your all,
okay,
and they constantly fucking up and it's not meshing.
Yes.
That is your sign to move the fuck on. Take that message, take that lesson out of that relationship, and take it carry it to the next one. But you think a lot of people take that as an L. Mm-hmm. When it's not an L. It's it's a win. Like, that's a life lesson. Life lessons
it's an experience.
Are the only experience. Thank you. An experience is the only way you're going to learn and gather new data on what you will take and what you won't. But I don't understand how men can just we just take it day by day. Like, it's a bunch of shit women come with that we ain't really trying to fuck with, but we rock with them because we love women. But we don't give the term all you know. We so good, and I just can't never find a good woman. Like you said, like. The mindset on that is because I think, like we said, we mastered the day by day shit. We don't project shit. We just hoping this shit lasts a week. If it lasts a week, then let's go to next week. Well, shit. Now, next thing you know, we had 2 months. Like, oh, well, shit.
But see, all right. So let's
keep it going.
Let's break this down to a simpler facet. Because my question is going to be, and retain this for me. What exactly is a good man? That's what we need to define. We need to find out what the definition of a good man is. But let's get to Ashley's comment. She says, I feel you have to learn and know the good in yourself to even know whether a man has good qualities. Because if you know you and the good you provide, you will see the so-called bad in the man. I like that.
But that takes time, though, right? Don't you have to go through a few relationships to learn?
Of course, right? Of course. And of course,
we're sitting here. Find it with one shot. Some people find it with one shot.
Let's just keep it clear, man. We're sitting here as grown adults in our mid 30s, and I'm sure everybody here are at least that's listening to us right now. So
salute to the youngest that's not.
And if not,
everybody.
You know what I mean? Pick up a piece of game when you can get it.
For real. Please catch it.
But that's what I want to know. Define a good man. Okay, what's a good man? Is a good man a man who got a job? A good man who takes care of his kids? Does he take out the trash? Does he do things for you without asking? Like, what the fuck is the definition? And of course, it's all, it's going to be geared towards the type of individual, what a good man is. But I want to know, because we need to know. Because for some reason, I've also learned that there is an assumption out there that we know what exactly the fuck they want. Because you ask, what's wrong? Nothing. Or what can I do? You don't know. Like that kind of shit is the kind of shit that confuses men, because again, we wouldn't be asking if we knew the answer.
I think that definition is the exact problem today.
What definition?
A good man is, in the eyes of most, is never absolute.
What is he?
A good man is a provider,
okay,
and somebody to do what the fuck they tell him to do.
Oh, that's a good man to them.
Yes.
Okay,
for
so
most, I think, and that's my opinion.
So
I'm not speaking for all.
Okay.
A good man is the shit that we completely against.
My bad, dog.
A good man is provide, hold the household down, and you do and maneuver however the fuck I tell you to. That's a good man. Yes, that's a good man. Absolutely. Tell me, am I lying? Am I wrong?
I think you're lying.
That's a good man. I'm just saying. That is the definition of a good man, and that's where the problem comes. You know what I mean? Because that's not realistic. Nobody is going to go by that. You know what I mean? A good man to us is, hey, I hold you down. I got your back. If you need me, you can call me for some shit. I might not be ready to commit to you, but I got you though. You know what I mean? I give you a key to the crib. If you give him look at this. Hey, see my boy? Hey,
break, man.
Look at, hey,
I touched his shoulder, man. I broke the code, man.
We responsible, goddamn. We got the social distance shit together.
But you gotta be.
But that's a good man, though. But we just reject that.
To who though? Okay,
most women.
So in your opinion, this is your opinion.
Provide and do what the fuck I tell you to do.
Ain't nobody else saying shit, so we
provide and do what the fuck I tell you to do.
They want us to provide and do whatever the fuck we tell them to do. Yep. That's a good.
Whatever they tell us to do, we do it. Like, okay, without no talk back and no nothing. We just do it.
Oh, they want a yes sir, rubber neck in there.
Yeah, a beta. Yes, a beta.
A beta.
Beta male.
Yes. Beta.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? Fairy tales have also ruined that. There's a stigma that a man got to, let's be honest, you have to earn a certain amount. They get into their mind, we need to live a certain way.
Well, you're going to be on your own for a certain amount of motherfucking time.
But so their vision is skewed. And a lot of that shit the problem comes with accolades, I think. You know what I mean? And that's a question I had. Do you think some women can't find a man because they value achievements over a strong foundation? Like, yeah, you don't have a master's.
Okay.
You don't have your doctorate.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
So?
You're not in the top 5.
The top 5 what?
Top 500 company.
No,
you know
I ain't. No,
you
how
ain't
many motherfuckers you know who is?
But
what's the tax bracket?
That other tax bracket, that shit you ain't never seen before. You may not have that, but you may be spiritually rich though. Like you may have a great heart.
Okay.
You produce you're family oriented. You're not gonna step out on nothing. You're gonna take care of your responsibilities. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just might not have the paper, and you might not be able to get the achievements that some women would consider successful. So off of their imagination of what their vision is skewed. That is a good man to them. That is the level that they want. But you may come into their life and that spiritual shit you can provide, that the comfort you provide them, it might not be enough because accolades, accomplishments. Yeah, but what have you done though? You know what I mean? That type of shit gets in the way, and it's unfortunate today. I think that's a big problem.
Here and okay, I get that. That's definitely too. And here's my thing. With that being said, with the men having to reach certain accolades and to have a certain status or to have a certain stature or level of education in order to, be accepted by a woman, which I get. I'm sure there's levels to this shit.
That's never going to go away.
We talk about tiers all the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I get that.
Motherfuckers seek tier 1s.
But my thing is like, what are you doing in order to have all of that reciprocated for you? Like, what are you doing to deserve that status? Are you educated? Are you well paid? Are you in that tax bracket? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't.
And that's my thing. Like, how could you possibly have the expectation to have someone care and cater for you and take care of you on a level you can't even care and take care of yourself?
This is at your fingertips now.
So what is
social
that?
media,
so what? So
the internet.
That's retarded.
Looking at people's lives, pocket watching, like goals. That's never gonna go away. That's here to stay. That is why.
What?
You feel this motherfucker over here, man? But no, that's the issue though, B. That's what I'm saying. Like achievements are looked at as the shit now. That's what you put as goals. You don't fucking put a motherfucker that's barely making it, but got the biggest heart in the world and always do everything for you. You don't put that shit on social media. You put your trips to the motherfucking Turks and Caicos.
If that's the case.
You put you flying on the plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You out. Vacation. That's what you post.
If that's the case. Ain't no good men out here. How many cats you know pulling up like that? How many cats you know in that bracket? Like, honestly.
Very small amount.
We know a few, but very, very, very few. You know what I mean?
And salute to you if you are. And there's nothing wrong with it. If you got it, you got it. But I'm saying that, but that's the illusion that's being fed and make you seem like you got to be on that level. You got to make it to that status where you can, head of the household. You taking care of everything.
And then
everything is on your back.
Hold on. See, now you got me thinking. And then to get with someone, right, who's not of that stature that you expect, and then push those values onto them. And, of course, when they don't achieve those accomplishments, you know what I'm saying, they get torn down or dismissed.
Yeah.
I think that's unfair. And that's again, it all comes back to being self-centered. That's narcissism like a motherfucker, in my opinion.
And look where we are now, though. This is the ill part about the situation now, though. Look, that shows, though, all that bullshit, if you really about money and achievements, it don't mean shit. Look where we are now.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What if you got a bunch of money? You just got a bunch of money and you at the crib. You can't do shit with it.
Shit, I would love to have a bunch of money at the crib. The crib would be a lot bigger.
So,
lot bigger.
Your relationship, your foundation, what y'all built on, you know what I mean, how y'all rock is way more important to establish than financial shit. But a lot of people build their marriage on financial shit. And when the money get low, the relationship get low. When you ain't up,
I gotta be honest though.
Shit get crazy.
When it comes to a marriage, you'll be a fool to just build your shit on love, man. That's a partnership. It's a business agreement. It's an agreement to build.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And to be pillars of the community and to pay your debt to society and to pay your taxes and to start building and create wealth and add to the economy. That's the whole fucking goal. You know what I mean? So I get that. Don't go into marriage for just love. You gotta have that shit first. But when you go in with some financial shit in mind, because that's what it's gonna all come down to at the end of the day.
But the finances should come after.
Your love, your love for each other, and your foundation with each other will carry you through the financial hardships. But you have to go in with a financial plan, especially if you're gonna be involved in children and home ownership. See, that's the thing, man. Motherfuckers need to teach this shit in school. I think they need to open up home ec too. If they
never gonna teach you,
need to open up
they
home
want you to go through it.
Fuck that. You need to be taught. If you taught when you go through it, you'll walk through it instead.
But how fun would life be if you was prepared for everything?
Oh man,
you get the most excitement out of shit that just hits you out of nowhere.
But think about it. If
some shit just gotta happen.
How about this? If you were prepared for most things, you would be excited to try things even more extreme that you're not prepared for. So that'll push you to even new heights. So I think that'll be a great idea for us to be prepared for a lot of things in life.
But that never happens.
Because then you can, before you get there or when you get there, you would take that shit to the next level because you've been prepared for it.
You can't never be prepared for things that's going to come in your life at a later time, though. You could be taught all the game you want at 10, 11.
How would you just say what you were saying?
You're not really going to get the game, though, until you actually go through it. And that's the thing. It's fine to be prepared. Like, you should always be aware of certain situations.
That's what I'm saying.
But everybody's situation is different. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be that gray area where you got to figure it out. You got to run into your problems. And that's what I think. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people embrace that enough. Like, be thankful for that shit. Of course, you don't want no fuck shit to happen. You wish everything was smooth, but that's not reality. Like, embrace that relationship that didn't go right. Learn from that. Like, and then as you think about it, like, I was tripping. You know what I mean? You thought you was in the right at the time, you know what I mean? You thought you was standing on your square, and the shit went left because of them. But you might realize, shit, maybe it is your ass. Because if the shit happened again, and then again, in another, you know what I mean? Now you got some shit to, fall back on. Like, oh, well, shit, maybe I ain't as thorough as I fucking thought. And a lot of men, we get ego. Let's be honest. Shit work on somebody. You may work again. You think that's how it's supposed to be, but you don't, and it'll never make you elevate. You always got to be better. You always got to, be a better you. Always. And I think a lot of people get lost because you get, complacent, which I don't blame nobody.
Creatures of habit, man.
When shit come easy to you, you're going to take advantage of that shit.
So, hold on. We got comment. Ashley comments, there is no true definition to a good man. Every man has a good or goods they provide within themselves. Everyone has their own definition of a good man. That's what, you know what I mean, I'm coming to learn that you can't just generalize that. You can't speak in absolutes and what is exactly is a good man. But the term is heard a lot. So since we can't generalize what is a good man, then what is a not good man? And why aren't there enough of them?
I promise if you can't provide and you don't come with the fucking trinkets, you won't be considered a good man. As nice as you are, as caring as you are, as loving as you are, you might be the most loving person in that person's life. They might never meet nobody that would like care about them as much as you do. If you can't provide, all that shit go out the window. Sorry.
For a man?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
So that's the definition. So it sounds good.
So
until you run into that dude that can't do the basic shit.
So
and you
here's what
working way too harder than you felt like you should.
And you know what, man? For years I keep hearing, the man needs to provide. The man needs to provide. All right, got it. Boom. The man needs to provide.
That ain't never gonna change.
That ain't never gonna change. I get that. That's fine, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't. All right. And I know that there's slick circumstances where, the woman provides if she happen to be a little more educated, you feel me, or make a little more money or got a little more rank at the job, you know what I'm saying? That shit happens. So what? Where the woman makes more money than the man in the relationship. That happens often.
Yeah, it happens. And that causes turmoil. A lot of people
I would hope not. But anyway.
That's the end of a lot of relationships right there. Tell you that.
But
woman make more money.
I keep hearing time and time again that the man needs to provide, but what does the woman need to do? Can anybody answer that question?
And that's
for
the
us?
crux of this situation.
We might have
women
to
get away with too much shit.
We might have to get a female on this panel, or 2 or 3. We need some more microphones, but we need to get some people on this panel to indulge in these discussions. This shit will turn into a 2-hour, 2.5 hour.
It will,
but easily. It needs to be had.
Because
I need answers.
But women just get to hold that. They get to just be. They can just bring sex to the table, and feel that's it. You fucking
that's
good.
it.
You fucking good.
That it though.
They gave you a family. They gave you some kids. Y'all fucking good. That's it. You got to do everything.
Have a good night, Terry. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Good night. What's up?
Love.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But
you gotta do it. Like now it's on you though. You know what I mean? They bringing sex to the table, and that's what they say. That's what they think. So they playing on our instinctual habits. We love sex. Like men love sex, right? But they feel like that's good enough. If they giving you good enough sex, that should be it. You're supposed to cater to my every need. But here's the issue. With a man with options.
Is this true shit? Can somebody say something?
A man with options.
I know you see the podcast.
Ain't gonna be a man with options ain't gonna be motivated by sex, and I think that's what a lot of women underestimate. Because there are a lot of dudes that got paper and it's like this. They like Frankenstein's, or you know what I mean, or fucking Pinocchios
for sex.
Shit. Yeah, like because a woman got some good sex, that's all they require. You know what I mean? They all sauced up. They got the paper to pay for it, so they like this. So whatever the woman say, they can be manipulated because they ain't really tripping. They in the sauce. They ain't even tripping on nothing else. Like they got the paper, so that shit is obsolete. But that fuck up the regular motherfuckers that's trying to establish something. And have a solid ground, and you want to make something solid, but you can't if she already been broke off with some paper. Now you got to come with it.
Yeah, she ain't going to reverse financially.
She already had it. She trying to provide. She done already been there, done that.
Forget about it.
You ain't gonna win. But
man, we talked about this time and time before though. While we're on that, how women don't go in reverse financially and men don't go in reverse sexually.
So. But if you got options, let me ask you this. Is the price tag on a relationship too expensive? You know what I mean?
It can't.
Do you think that is why men choose to leave that shit on the shelf? This is a relationship. This is the
why
love.
Does there have to be a price tag on a relationship?
I'm just saying, like, is that why a lot of relationships fail? Because sometimes men feel like, well, shit. My life is better without being tied to somebody
and interrogated.
Yeah, like I ain't gotta be questioned everywhere I go. Like I like having options to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Light on your forehead. You know what I mean?
Like sometimes, like if you have options, a lot of people don't take that into account. Like you're not gonna fall into the line of what you want to be, what you consider a good man. You know what I mean?
You should read the next comment.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what that comment is. I feel you on that. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Ashley Gardner say, I feel you on that, G. Because you can have two people given the same situation, but only I, who had actually gone through that, will know what not to do or will go through. Is exactly like your situation is like, it's almost like you have to go through it, but at the same time you don't want to. But when you look back on it and it's too late, you realize like the gain you got from that shit. Like you have to fuck up, and that's what I don't think. That's what people don't get. You like be thankful that you done fucked up some shit, like. Cause now you have a barrier, you know what I mean? You have a threshold. Yeah, like damn, I fucked that up. I really fumbled that. You know what I mean? And don't do it again. You know what I mean? Or if you do it again, figure out why you did it again. Like all these relationships and shit and people you meet are in your life for a reason. You know, and people they say that all the time and become cliche.
I still didn't get my answer. But you're right, they do say that all the time, and it does sound cliche, but the shit is facts.
Yeah.
People are put in your life for a reason. But I still need someone to answer to me why is the term so broadly used, and why are we even talking about it? Because we hear the shit all the time.
Because we're supposed to be providers.
Right.
Fairy tale land. That has ruined the relationship. Trinkets. What can you provide? That is what's shaping a good man over their heart and their their intentions. That shit is getting pushed to the side. And that's all great and that's all good. But like what my man DMX said, baby can't eat no books. You know what I mean? I need paper.
Yeah, baby can't eat no books. Yeah,
baby can't eat no books. I need paper. We got bills due. Shit, lights about to get cut off. We need food.
But not during the COVID. They ain't turning on no lights during the COVID. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that shit. I won't believe.
It's too late, man. We'll never go back to that, bro. We'll never go back to the foundational type of shit. Establishing a solid relationship. It's all about what can you do for me lately.
Oh, okay.
But our what can we do for me lately comes with a whole heap of shit. Women, their what can you do for me lately is fucking. A lot of times they stop right there.
Oh, that's all they're going to
do? They stop right there.
That's all they're going to do for
you? They giving you good sex, so they feel like that's it. And a lot of times that is it for a lot of men. So that's what skewed the shit as well. And some motherfuckers willing to take the most simplest shit because maybe they ain't never had women, all their life. And then they get paper and now they have options. You know what I mean? Magically. That's the equalizer.
Get duped.
So that's what it's always going to be, B. If you can't provide, you're going to get left to the side and you're going to be considered not good.
Well.
But the cliche shit is, it don't matter how much money they make. You always hear that though, right? They're flipping on you. It don't matter how much money they make. It don't matter what they can provide. Yes, it do.
Well, I don't think we're going to get our answer tonight.
That's the answer. You better be able to provide and do what the fuck they say.
So you saying
to be considered a good man.
The men that aren't good enough aren't providing?
No. That is what they want you to believe. Mm-hmm. And that is what we feel like it is. But real dudes, when you stand on your square, you know it.
But why?
You're not putting money out. You not put that money out there like that. You standing on your square, you being who you are, and then take it or leave it.
Hold on, man. You saying you standing on your square? That's a bit of little inside.
Take it or leave it. This is me.
That little lingo you spitting over.
Yeah, that's it. This is me. Like, this is what you gonna get. If it ain't good enough, don't try to, like, go outside yourself. That's what a lot of dudes, we got to be honest with the dudes. We make that mistake. Feel like you got to, I can't let this other dude outshine me. You know what I mean? I got a little bread when you really don't. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm going to take this loan out when you really can't afford it. Just to floss a little bit, just to try to keep up. You know, a lot of times dudes' egos get in the way. If she fuck with a dude that had that, you might be like, oh, well, shit. I got to do a little bit better. You know what I mean? And now it's a competition when that's the farthest thing from the truth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just because he had paper, he might be the most twisted, sick individual in the head. You know what I mean? So that's why you can't judge people off paper. A lot of people with paper are miserable. And that's what a lot of people don't know. That shit be lonely. They be having all type of shit. But because they have the trinkets and the shit you think you want.
The trinkets and the shit you think you want.
That shit becomes a facade. Like, learn the motherfucker. Like, get to know them deep. Like, who they are.
Yeah.
Know them for who they are and then be able to make their move. You can judge their moves before they do. That's when y'all really in sync. Yeah. When you really in tune with
that's
somebody.
That's what you're saying. Get in deep with somebody like pretzel with them.
Yeah,
like,
but
intertwine before you. But will the motherfucker even let you get that far?
No, that's the issue.
Nigga.
You're not gonna get that far if you can't provide shit. Though that's what I'm saying. That's money skews everything. It is to this point now, B. That's your answer. That money skews it all, bro.
Actually, say the other one could only stand on what they say and not what they've been through. And then facts are more is expected out of a man than a woman. Just goes back with time.
Yeah, because men, we gotta be rational, and we can't just guess through shit. Like we got to show proof.
Why I can't be emotional and irrational and act out on my emotions all the time?
You can,
Can I?
if the other shit don't come with it, they gonna look at it as a weakness. Yeah.
Why I can't be all
you can do that
sensitive and shit?
When you head to the household
and
and you
angry and
you can do all that.
Attitude all the motherfucking time. Why I can't be like that?
When they fuck with you, you can do that. That's the thing.
When
they fuck with you heavy,
bitchy?
when they fuck with you heavy, you can do all of that type of shit. You can be emotional. You can be you. But a lot of people don't never make it to that level where they feel comfortable enough to be them around their significant other.
Wow, and that's because why, G?
Because of a facade. They haven't reached the facade or the level that they felt they should have been at.
Do you think you could possibly be hindered from reaching that level?
Absolutely. You promised me we was going to be doing this. It's 10 years later, and we still where we at. We ain't got shit different. You know what I mean? You've led me on. You've wasted my time. Never mind the experience and the memories you've, gathered. The love you've hopefully gained. The strength you put. Never mind all that.
You gathered
we
and the
still
love
at the
you
same
gained.
level when we first met damn near. We ain't went nowhere. That fucked shit up. That's where shit gets like because why? They looking on social media and they seeing how other people supposed to be living, and they posting shit that's all fake. That's rented. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't own shit, but the shit is fake. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem, and it's here to stay, and it's never gonna be no different. So stand on your square and build something that's solid, man. Don't worry about the outside pressures of paper. Paper is always going to be a problem.
G thinks it's paper while they're not.
I absolutely think that. That is
but
why,
I need to hear from a woman if that's the case. But
get the value or the rep of no good.
But man, we have reached our mark here at the SimpFree Podcast.
We done hit our COVID quarantine time.
We hit our COVID quarantine time.
All right.
There's a curfew. Cats got to make moves before 12. Other boys gonna be nipping at your ass.
Y'all on lockdown out there?
I don't know if they're gonna be there, but yeah, we hope everybody, everybody on lockdown. You are now rocking with the SimpFree Podcast. Yeah. It is 10:05 p.m. on April 1st. Thanks for rocking with us, Ashley. Thanks for blowing up the comments. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, Ashley.
Seems like a lot of our people didn't want to have nothing to say today, but it's all love. And thank you, Terry, for joining us and commenting and
everybody
sniping everybody who was on with us, man. We love y'all.
Straight up,
you know what I'm saying? We love you.
We ain't got all the answers. But, that's why we talking about it. That's why we having the conversation.
Fuck it, man. I would really like for from a female perspective.
That'd be dope.
What the fuck is not a good man? If your ass know, because you don't always know, motherfucker. So I wanted to know if
hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Not even close.
It was because of finances, but or foundation, or what you say, providing. Yeah. I know it's a major part of it, but is that like all of it? It can't be all of it.
Yeah, when you fall short of the goals that they've put in their head, it's a problem.
And you probably can't even see that shit. And you can see that shit right there.
Fuck with us.
Holla at us, man.
Any suggestions, anything, like if y'all want us to fuck, hey, just like this type of shit, man. If y'all want us to pub, y'all
that's
shit,
the
man.
Butter though, man. Y'all gotta get up on that butter.
Look at that. Come on, man. Y'all can't hate on that.
Listen, I know.
This body cream is the shit. Let me open this motherfucker.
I could easily be biased.
Look at that. Ain't it beautiful?
It's whipped.
Can you see that shit?
It's light and fuck, man. That shit lasts longer than the motherfucking.
It ain't coming. Look, you see it? Hey, this shit is beautiful. It slide on. It great.
Yo, it's like bacon grease.
Yeah.
You just a little bit go a long way. You free me. You got to get up on that brain. It don't smell like bacon grease though, and it's not greasy.
It's all type of scents. It's beautiful.
Look at my hands, man. I'm an ashy dude, dog. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm not ashy today, man. See the glow?
Hey, got you.
And
all
it's not
together.
oily and shit.
Yeah,
right?
man.
I listen. It's love. It is what it is. It's a good product. Go get you some.
Yeah.
G tell you about it all the time. Hit us up, SimpFree. Info at SimpFreePodcast.com. Again, that's info at SimpFreePodcast.com.
Yeah.
If you was watching, next time, please feel free to jump in the comments.
Yeah,
man.
please
We on
turn
every
up.
Wednesday at
Turn
9
up.
p.m., man, live, coming from the west side of Michigan, bro. Y'all know what it is.
Turn up in our live chat.
Turn up in that bitch next time,
Change the topic. Change, just do whatever. Just wild out in that motherfucker.
Do
we
it.
Don't give a fuck.
Do it.
We just appreciate y'all for watching.
Do
Everybody's
it.
gonna catch the playback.
Do it.
Everybody watching live. Everybody, just thank you, man, on this quarantine Wednesday. We hope y'all staying safe out there. It's all type of crazy shit going on. We don't know what's about to happen. Hopefully in the next few weeks should be back to normal for the, whatever the new normal is. Because it's probably going to be a new normal.
We don't know what the new normal
is. But we don't know. Like, it's like, we don't know how long it's going to last. So, fuck with us. You ain't got shit else to do. Rock with us, man, on a Wednesday night. For real. We here to have fun.
I cued the music.
And we love y'all. I'm talking over the music. You hear me?
Yeah, you are, because I got it down pretty low.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have did you like that, though. See, that's it. This COVID getting to cats, man. This quarantine,
man.
Man.
I appreciate you, man. We came with another one.
It's all love.
We out, man.
Y'all be good, man. Hey, don't forget to join us next Wednesday, man. Live 9 p.m. here at the SimpFree Podcast, man. Hump Day evening coming back that week, folks. Y'all gonna be teamed up anyway.
Yeah.
You ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Come fuck with us.
Yeah.
All right, let's get off this motherfucker. It's time to go get a sandwich, my nigga. Peace.
I ain't that hungry.